Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. It's a brand new week, so today I'm going to be starting with the Fanhome release, a build the Red Bull RB19 Max Verstappen Formula 1 racing car. God, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? As you can see, I've actually got 7 stages today because one I was missing last time. If you remember, they didn't send me stage 61, they sent me a stage 58. We need to talk about this, so you'll be pleased to see that we finally got stage 61. Look at the state of the magazine. So basically, every delivered this to my garden. This isn't something Fanhome's done. In the middle of an absolute storm. So everything got wet. I had to put it on the radiators. But, okay. But here is stage 61. And this is where we are going to start today. Because I want to catch up before we actually go into what we've got in this pack. And as you can see, we were meant to get the rim and the washer here. That's all we're supposed to get. Okay. But, did they send me stage 61? No! Of course they didn't. They sent me stage 51 instead. Now, the good news is that stage 51, I'm thinking, is exactly the same as stage 61. We've got the rim and we've got the washer on top there, so I think it's not going to be an issue, but yeah. Now, because we don't actually do anything with that, all we're doing is just opening the box really. Stage 61's complete, so pretty much I am ready to start with a fresh pack now. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description and you have got that QR code on the screen. Don't know what we're doing today because if you remember in the last pack, we started to create these metal tyre racks. So we'll have to see. Without further ado, let's get cracking. Now look at my side cam here. See, I've laid everything out at the moment, so I know exactly where we are. In theory, I know exactly where we are. This is stage 63. This is the magazine. Look, all of these magazines were dry. It was only that 61 that was on top that was wet. And as you can see, we now have got the wheel, which I'm guessing we are going to be putting on the rim just like that. So here we go. This is stage 63 here. And then what I'm going to do, just get out all of these parts, is I will open that stage 51 I've got, and this is where I get to see if everything is going to go together, no problems at all. So basically the red rim side, not this side, is the side that's going to be going on this side here, but it is a tight fit, a really tight fit, and I really don't want to push it in to you know, make marks around the wheel and stuff like that and the tire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak this in some hot water. So once again, got me boiling water here. Let me just drop that in there. Once again, I do keep this on a mat, otherwise I'm going to damage the surface below here. In the meantime, this other side of the brake disc here, I'm going to keep to one side. We're not using that. Okay, I think that has soaked long enough. I'm just going to put this over the side here, bring this out, and I'm going to bang out all of the water I've got in here. Now this is really soft, so I'll be able to get this in no problems at all, as you can see. And the way you want to do this is make sure that that's pushed all the way flush to the wheel here, which it is, as you see. On the other side, make sure that it's just on the rim here, so we can just knead this under the surface here, so it's going to be tight on this side just like that. There we go. That is a wheel complete. Now there is one other thing that we needed to do in the missing stage 61, which as you can see here was put this brake disc, which was in the bag here, onto the hub carrier there, onto the disc. So let's do that now. Just cleaning up all the water that I had dripping on here. So this is just a case of peeling off the adhesive and putting this into place on top here. Making sure it's central, just like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. We don't do anything with the screw that's going to attach it to that at this time. So in stage 64, here's the instructions. Looking like this. And basically we're still going to be working on this tyre rack, as you can see. So I'm going to be putting these bushes in, by the look of it, into the end of each of the upward rods. Then I'm going to be putting these into here to actually complete that rack. Let's have a look at this. Now, what I thought was bushes seems to be little plastic sleeves. These are all metal though, as you can hear. And then this is just a case of pushing one of these onto each end. So one there and one this side. And do that for the other 3 cross sections here. And there you go, they're in place. And then basically, there's no screws here. We're just going to be putting the other side into these here. And I'm going to make sure that they go all the way down. So 1. They are a very tight fit, as you can see. And then it's just a case of putting these on the other side here. Just line them up and get these pushed in. And there you go. We have got a tyre rack. Does actually look really good. All metal, can wheel along, but that's all there is to do in that stage. As a matter of fact, there you go. That's what it looks like with a tyre on it. Okay, so stage 65, here is the instructions. And basically, we have got the rear right wheel, we've got the hub by the look of it. We're going to be putting this together just like that. Putting this onto the wheel that I've just put on that rack. And then we do get to attach this to the section here. And we actually get to screw this into place as well. So here you go, here's stage 65. Get everything open here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take this section here and put this over the top just like that in here. So that's what it's looking like on this side. We're actually holding that in with some A screws, which I've already got ready to go in here. So one there. And one on this side. This is then going to be going into the wheel we created. So just putting that into place there, making sure it's fitting flush in there. So it's looking like that from this side. Then I'm going to be attaching this to the suspension assembly that we already had. So this is going to be going over the top. As you can see, that fits lovely in there. And I'm going to need the screw, and I'm going to need the outer part of the hub here. Where did that come? That came in stage 60, that did. So basically that goes in there. Whoops, get it right in the right way. Just like that. And then I'm going to be putting this in here. And this actually screws into place. So I'm going to do it as tight as I can by hand first. And to be honest with you, I don't have to tighten that up at all. There's no wobble in there at all. And that's in place. That looks really good, but that is also all there is to do in that stage. So stage 66, this magazine got a little bit wet as well. This is the instructions here. Let's move that screw. And what we're going to be doing, we have got some more parts of the tyre rack here, which looks like the ends here. We're going to be putting these clips in. And then we're going to be putting these on either side of the tyre rack. It's all about the tyre rack in this stage. So we'll get these open. Okay, and the way these are going to be is basically the clips that we've got here are going to be going in this side on top here. Now, this does have protection on it, as you can see. So what you're going to need to do is peel the protection off of one side, and then we've got protection on the other side as well. Peel that off. And then put these clips in. They are quite a tight fit in here. So what I want you to do is when I'm pushing these in, is don't push them by the end, push them by the actual where the lugs are. Because I'm guessing there's a danger. These are only plastic that these could break. We don't want that to happen. Get these in all the way around. So that they look like that. And then the way these are going to be going is they're clipping onto the sides here. So just clip them on. As you can see, that's how one side looks. Do the same on the other side. Just remove the protection from both sides. Put the clips in. So that's the second one in there. Once again, I can clip these into the sides, and then that, I'm believing now, is the tyre rack complete. Okay, so the penultimate stage of this pack is stage 67. What are we doing? Are we going to be working on the car? We are. We've got the radiator cover that we're going to create now, which is looking just like this. So here is stage 67 here. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to be taking these two parts here. This is actually going to be going into the end just like that. Now, turning this over, I've got the other side of this to put into place on here, so that we've got the hook part there going into the hole, and then it should clip everything together just like this. So this is now pivoted, so this can move, as you can see. Now I'm holding that in with these T-screws. So one there, and one in the other side here. So that is how that looks. Just put that to one side, and I'm bringing over this big section now. And just into this side, you'll see that I've got some double keyhole patterns for these brackets to go in. One here and one here. Now they're held in with T-screws as well. Now you will notice I'm only screwing one in, and the reason for that is because I need to put this into place. So what's going to happen is this is actually going to be going through the hole here. Which I've just realised I needed to put in before I joined all of that together. Let me just open the bottom one up here. This was going so easy until I noticed that little error. And there we go, we get this into this side. Perfect. I can just do this back up again now. Simple fix. This is then going to be going in here like this, which will then enable me to put the other side bracket on to hold that into place, and then hold that in with a T-screw. Excellent. And with that in place, I believe that's all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack, which is stage 68, here's the instructions. And we've got the rear body section that we're going to be putting together. We're going to be adding this to what we just created here. Looking like that, it looks like we get to attach the wheels to this. So that's going to look pretty cool. So once again, let's get this last stage open and everything out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to marry these two sections up. This is going to go kind of like that there. We're not actually attaching them together, but we need to sort of know where this is actually going, because I need one of the wheels. So it's the rear right assembly wheel that I'm using first, and I want it this way round because this is going to be fun. I'm going to try and piece all of these together. Right, so I'm going to be having this end here going into that section just there. Now if you think that this is going to be on like that, the next one is down the bottom here, and then the other two will be in the top. So I'm just lining these up to make sure that these all go together okay. There you go. So as you can see, that's kind of how it's gonna go. I've got the bottom one in as well. Yeah, I think we're good at the moment. Now it doesn't want me to screw these in yet, because it wants me to put the other side on as well, which I've got over here, and make sure that these go in exactly the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. That looks good. And then these should cross over in the middle, because we're now going to be putting some screws in there, and I need these A screws first. I'm going to do these two first because I think that's going to keep everything into place. So make sure they are lined up. Get an A screw through here. Do the same with the ones behind. It is fitting together good by the look of it. I then need a U screw. And the U screw is going to hold these two together here. So it's a case of putting the screw through the top here, making sure it's engaging the other arm. Now just so you know, the rounded side, or this side here, needs to be on the top. This side here needs to be on the bottom of this. But as you can see, that's going all the way in there. Excellent. So this isn't coming out. That's quite tight in there. Now if I put it the way around they've got it, we've got a little plate here which looks like this. It's actually going to be going this way round onto the points down the bottom there, which is going to hold these bottom suspension arms into place. Just like that. Once again, that's held in with an A screw. I want to turn this over. And you can probably see we've got two holes here, which these are in now, which means I can attach two screws to there, which are E screws. Now these are flange screws. You will notice these two aren't connected to anything yet. So one this side and one this side. That's good. Turn it back, because all I've got left to do is then put this section in here, which is going to go right at the back here, sitting like that, and that's held in with two T screws. So one there, and one that side. So that looks good, and as you can see, that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Okay, so what did we do today? We've basically created or finished the tyre rack here, which actually looks really good, and then we actually managed to do both wheels onto this section here. So we did get to work a little bit on the car. No problems at all. Actually quite enjoyable. I did enjoy that. Actually, recording time at the moment is 40 minutes, so there was a little bit to do as well. I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.